Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are checking out Fly High by Selen Tatsuki. Now this is her first original song, I believe, so this is going to be pretty fun. I'm excited to get into this, and I believe the only time we've really heard her sing before this was her debut song. So I'm excited to see what she sounds like here, and let's just jump right on in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, going for like a synth EDM. It sounds like we have a suppressed vocal layered under the synth, which could be foreshadowing for a chorus or just the direct verse. I like the synth. Okay. Okay. I like the piano coming in here. We have these beautiful keys coming in over this like soft rap section here, which I was not expecting. I actually really like the aesthetic we've got here, and we've got this like almost like sassiness in her voice with that nasal quality, as well as just kind of like a very treble bass tonality in the voice, but it's still breathy, which makes it which adds that bit of sass when we have that nasal quality coming out. But I like this aesthetic. It's very calming. I like it. Nice here. So you can hear the segmentation of the keys, and then we have this little arpeggiated run in between that segmentation, and then we add that progression, we add that dynamic to the instrumental. So even though the vocals are fairly consistent, we still have this progression, we're still moving forward. Okay. What is that vocal to me? It's like sassy but like matter of fact at the same time. So it's it's a very odd little like inflection we get in her voice there. Okay. Okay, so interesting. So for the chorus here, we're actually, well, I believe this is the chorus. We're not getting a lot of like projection or like dynamic change from the vocals. We are getting a bit from the synth and the instrumental, but the vocals are very laid back, very just consistent, which is a pretty safe call, I suppose, for a first original. And to my understanding, Selen isn't like really known for her singing or super confident in her singing. To my understanding, I could be wrong about that, but so I think this is probably a safe safe compositional call. Nice. You can tell she's not really projecting. She's kind of you can tell she's almost getting quieter to hit those higher notes, but because of this aesthetic, because of this synth reverb, and mixing the keys as well. The keys were an excellent choice because the keys add intensity that the synth cannot make up for. The synth and the vocals are very breathy, airy, and very lax. So by having those keys in, they add the needed intensity in the song. And it doesn't need to be a lot, obviously, for the aesthetic of the song, but having that small intensity from the keys keeps it stable. It keeps the mix full, even when the vocals are pulling away. You can tell we're getting a little more breathy. She's trying to hit the notes, and there's not as much intensity, even though we're hitting those higher pitches. But because of the keys, we still keep the mix full, which is an excellent compositional choice. So props to the music team for that, because that is an excellent choice. I really, I know I'm pausing a little too much, but I really do like her mid-tone when she's sitting here and she's like, you know, you can tell that she's constricting her voice a little bit, but it's still comfortable enough, and it feels smooth, and it's very, very appealing to hear her voice in this range right here. I really, really like how she sounds right here. Okay, going for the dissonance on vocal layering. Okay. She is switching up the flow, yeah. Okay. 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 That was alright. That was interesting. On the vocal layering, we actually had a surprisingly low amount of suppression on that. You could actually get a good amount of her vocal demeanor through that suppression, which was actually very refreshing. I will say the music team, the mix has been stellar. I actually really, really like how this is mixed, the music team behind it. The instrumentation, is a little simple, a little standard. But I think, this is a first shot at an original song, and it's solid. This is a solid foundation. Nice. I like the little percussive percussive pop we had there. That was actually very, very nice for just those subtle variations that keep the progression active. It keeps the song active rather than just repetitive. Oh, nice, and she came down there. Nice, and after the high note there, we're adding in those digital echoes, which add more significance to that. Because, the high note, it doesn't have a whole lot of intensity. We're not really projecting a whole lot, but we are hitting the note. We are hitting the note, and by having that digital repetition there, we can emphasize that pitch. We can emphasize that moment there. So a good choice for the music team. I think the music team and just the entire production is playing very well, very, very well to the strengths of Selen. They're helping her voice shine, and it's doing a great job. Obviously, there isn't a whole lot of projection, a whole lot of confidence in the vocals, but it's there. It's hitting the notes it needs to. It's playing its role, and it's creating a solid song, a very solid original. Nice. Yeah, and you can tell again we use those digital echoes at the end of that all. I think that was a really, really good first original. I will say, the ending was a bit abrupt. I would have let it slide down from that chorus, and I wish the chorus was maybe a little more dynamic, a little more different from the verse, because it's a very consistent song. The song is very easy to have on in the background, which could be a good thing. That could be exactly what they were going for. But, we have that synth, we have the percussive, we have the keys, and that forms a very, very nice foundation, but we don't really have a huge switch up for the chorus. Instead, what we have is these interjecting, like, rap-esque segments that, they're fun, but I don't think they show off Selen's vocals, like, Selen doesn't sound bad here, but those rap segments I don't think were her strength, which is okay. It's obviously a great thing to experiment, see what works, see what doesn't work, and just try out different things. And so I will say that was an awesome first song from Selen. But I would have been interested to see, how it would sound if she was able to get a little more projection in there, if we had maybe like a different spin on the choral instrumentations, because we kept it pretty consistent. You could tell there were like rhythm switch ups and stuff, but we needed a little more intensity in those chorus moments. But I'm glad that for how these tracks were, I'm glad that they didn't do that here, because Selen's vocals don't really project to match that. Selen has a very consistent tone projection, through the verse to the chorus. And so having that instrumentation ramp up just for the chorus while Selen stays on the same level of intensity would be, it would be too much. It would feel like the instrumentation was taking over and Selen was getting left behind. So good call not to do that here. But I'm interested to see as Selen grows, as she gets more comfortable singing, as she tries out more things. I'm interested to see how, especially if it's the same music team, how they can better support her voice and better illustrate a dynamic with her voice and the instrumentation. Because they did an excellent job here. The instrumentals always felt like they were holding up the vocals. It never felt like it was overbearing. It never felt like it was taking the stage away from Selen, which is great, amazing for a VTuber original. Because that's the goal. You want to promote the talent. You want to showcase the talent and how their voices, the team behind them, obviously gets recognition as well, but they're a foundation for the talent to stand upon. So excellent job from the music team here. And Selen did great as well. I think as her confidence grows and as she gets more comfortable and more skilled with singing, it's gonna get just better and better. It's gonna be incredible if she's able to add more inflections into her voice, get more support, more projection. It'll be stellar. It'll be really awesome. So this is excellent beginnings from Selen. I'm super excited to see what she comes out with next. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, feel free to comment below if you want me to check out something else. Aside from that, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much.